welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Yo, hello, and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Working our way through the week here on a Wednesday. Getting all ready for the big old live show at the South Florida Fair on Friday at 7 p.m. on the Coke Florida stage. Denny's going to be running out here to go check on all the tech stuff that we're going to be doing. So we're answering some questions that I know you have. So we'll hopefully know a little bit more and give you some details on that. But we'll have good coverage when it comes to all of our digital platforms, that if you're not able to be there in person, that you'll be able to see at least some forms of all the entertainment that happens from the stage. But nothing like being there in the present, right, Virginia?
Yes. Come get messy with us. Pirates like to party in groups, right?
Mm-hmm. Arr! That's it. Yeah, so we'll let you know about that here in the next couple of days as we get ready. But just plan on getting your tickets and getting your family out there to the Coke Florida stage on Friday. Well, I got a lot of emails, and the crazy thing that we got the most comments on today, you just never know when you start a show. Never would have thought that it'd be Virginia's comment about people with their headlights and no taillight on.
What is that? Because it is very confusing to me how you can have your headlights on and you got no taillights.
Sheila said, it is true. There are cars riding around with headlights and no taillight on. It's so weird and dangerous.
Yes, girl.
So Laura said they haven't turned their lights on if their taillights aren't on. They just have their daylight on.
They're like their daylights, running lights. And it's not even full headlights.
Right.
So a lot of times it's old people and drunk people.
Or drug people.
Oh.
Don't forget that, too. We always think it's just drinking. They're on all kind of goofballs out there.
You're right. It's South Florida.
Then you're just driving around with this trust as if everyone's going to follow the rules. What the shit?
Everybody's not sober.
Right now you're driving. There's someone around you who is not sober.
You never know what's going on out there. Yeah, this comment said the car will have daytime running lights and they will always remain on, but not the tail lights. So if they never set the lights to auto, this will happen.
Everybody needs
it's just
to
a different light setting.
Set your lights to auto, because y'all are going to get slammed from the rear and not in the good way. If you know what I mean.
I do.
Somebody's going to rev right into your ass, and you're not going to like it.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there you go. I guess setting all that straight.
Thank you, Kevin, because that was very perplexing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't believe, we had a gazillion text messages on that. People were going crazy on that one.
Good.
It is weird, the stuff that sometimes sticks. You're like, wait, people are asking multiple questions about that?
Yes. That's really what got people going today. A couple other things that people were commenting on. The woman who went to the Keys and flashed 10 different times, getting all hammered on a bachelorette party.
I mean, she's just trying to make it fun.
Bird said he'd divorce that woman.
Well, I just think, I think it's a lack of respect. I think it wasn't one time she did it. She did it the whole week she was there. And I wouldn't be cool with that. I was shocked by the numbers on that.
She got caught up in the roar of applause. I have seen it happen.
Yeah.
To many girls that were very sweet and would never cheat on their husbands or boyfriends. They get caught up in the moment, and it's kind of fun.
So I don't want people getting it mixed here. I don't think flashing's a bad thing. I think if you're married and you're on a girls trip and you're getting all drunk and you're flashing strange dudes constantly on a vacation,
it's awesome.
I think that's disrespectful to your marriage and your partner. And I would have a tough time getting over that.
Everybody hashtag be cool and nobody fucking tell him.
Yeah, well, I hear you.
How did he find out? Which bitch told him? Because that girl is no longer invited on the girls' trip.
Yeah, look, clearly people don't agree with me, but I stand by my words. Once you lose trust with somebody, especially when it comes to romantic stuff, so the next time she goes out with her friends, all I'm going to be thinking about is, okay, how many titties is she showing right now?
Well, no, after you tell her, she's going to be respectful of your boundaries, and she's not going to do it ever again.
I guess my whole thing is I don't think you should ever even have to have that conversation. I think that's kind of one of those things where, oh, we're married together. Yeah, please don't show your tits to strangers the entire week.
We can't read your mind, Jay Bird.
Yeah, I hear you. Clearly I'm wrong. So
I think with those kind of things, it's just where you have to understand where your partner's set. Now, a lot of times you may know, but look, things come up in marriage. Been married like 25 years, and there's still things that kind of surprise me, and new boundaries are kind of adjusted and set, and be like, okay, I know. But I give a little bit of forgiveness, saying, if we've discussed this and you do that, it's kind of like with your parents. If they don't tell you something's wrong and you do it, be like, well, how would I know?
You didn't tell me.
So me and my girlfriend, Honey Face, have never had this conversation. And
I think you need to go home today and talk to her.
So if she flashed somebody in Key West, gone.
It's not that's not the person I want to be with. I don't trust you at that point. Don't you understand what can happen in that situation? I know you're going to say, well, it didn't happen. I get all that. It didn't happen. When you start doing that kind of stuff with people you don't know, you're leaving the window open. And when you leave a window open, sometimes rats get in there, and you're putting yourself in a bad situation.
Nobody cheated,
all right, never mind. You're right. Flash your titties.
Nobody cheated, and it's the best way to get fast free drinks.
Yeah, I'm not turned on by that type of shit is all. I think it's not cool to do to your partner. But
I agree with you. But two things can be true.
Yeah, it would be.
It's not cool to do to your partner if they're not cool with it. But if you haven't talked it over with him yet, and you're 7 drinks in, and you're like, "Oh, he won't care," maybe your judgment's a little off.
The problem is, it wasn't just one time I got drunk and made a mistake. The email was she had done it to 10 different groups of guys. There's 10 different videos of her.
Applause.
Okay,
the roar of the applause.
You got mad when Panda when you found a piece of sweater in Panda's fucking car.
Because there was a random girl sitting in his passenger seat that he didn't tell me about.
I'm just saying, you're a little off with what's forgivable and what's not forgivable.
I've been a little off.
Yeah.
To me, what this is, if we were dating, I would probably tell myself this might not be the girl that I want to be with. If I'm married, that's the difference for me. Where, let's say we've been married for 10 years and she has this weekend, I'm not going to divorce her, but I'm going to say, hey, look, I feel like it was very disrespectful. This is a hit to our marriage. I want to be crystal clear. If something like this would happen again, it would be one of those things that make me consider that maybe I'm not married to the right person.
Yeah, I think if the husband's cool with it and everyone's, do what you got to do. But you're acting like most people when they get in a relationship, they have to sit down and have I'm going to flash my titties talk. And I'm letting you know, that's not a normal thing.
If your girl is going...
Can I finish my fucking statement?
No.
Okay, never mind.
But if your girl is going to Key West or New Orleans and you don't want her to show her tatas, you may want to have a sit down with her and let her know, because it's encouraged by large groups of people with beads who are chanting and screaming and applauding. She could fall into that trap, and you got to let her know ahead of time that you ain't cool.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You're right. No, it's the man's fault.
It is.
Yeah, I agree. Now, look, you either are on the one side that I'm on or you're on the other side. And I honestly don't really give a shit either way, as long as it's not my girl doing it.
Your girl would never.
No, because she understands boundaries and respect.
Yeah. Honestly, it's why I would tell people when it comes to marriage, that's why you take a lot of time. You do not get married fast, because these are all the kind of little things that you got to work out. When you get married to me, I put a high bar on being married, and I said, look, I'm gonna do this one time in my life, so I'm like, I want to make sure. That's why the Queen I waited about 2 years, and I'm like, okay, I think I know about everything, the ins and outs, and I mean, there are some things where I am surprised, but it's
still get spun,
but it's nothing where it would be damaging to our marriage,
right? You trust her.
Right.
She wouldn't show her tatas.
She knows the core of, look, I never have any worry about her cheating. I know that wouldn't be. So what I care most about, neck tats and all that, yep, surprise me all the time. But I ain't going to divorce you over a neck tat.
You're not going to find her in the backseat with some dude.
Right. Then we're different. She knows that would be it. I'd be like, I don't care how many years we have in. That would be a one and done for me.
There's some dudes that would be like, yeah, man, show those things off. I'm just not one of those dudes.
We know.
And I think that... I think sometimes your partners can surprise. He might not have known she would do something like this.
She might not have known she would do this.
Some people don't drink that often, and I've seen it happen when we've done these Key West trips.
Yeah,
they go out there and they get fucking hammered
and do all kind of things.
So people saying, oh, you know what kind of person you've married. That's not necessarily true.
It's not.
Because we've seen it happen before.
She may be normal and sweet and doesn't drink that much. Right. And then when she gets with all her girls and the roar of the crowd chanting, and she knows she has cute titties.
I mean, there are people who really, they feel it big time with one drink. So if you're not a big time drinker, and you go out there to go party, you can get shit-faced really quickly.
You're right.
To a point where you go, what? Did you just do 9 pounds of blow? And 10, like, what happened to you?
And you can have a little discussion before somebody does that. Be like, hey, just so you know, I trust you, but here's some things that I think would be a little bit out of bounds. So I'm hoping that you don't do any of this kind of stuff.
Don't show the crowd your pink parts.
Yeah,
but you may have to say that.
Right. Exactly. That's it. Communication. That's what it is. Got an email here. It came in from Katia. She said, how long has the stepdad been conditioning the daughter to have the opportunity to sexually assault her? Now, this was the other email that we dealt with where there was a stepdad and was it his stepdaughter? Is that what it was?
Stepdaughter, I think it was.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah,
that
it was on
messed up.
New Year's Eve, I think was the dynamic.
So messed up.
She's saying that maybe he's been grooming her for a while.
He took advantage of the alcohol, saw his opportunity. Yes, they're both responsible and they are adults, but he is the person of power in her life. And I put the creep factor more on him. I mean, look, you are. The dynamic should be, I know you're a step, but it's still, when you enter into that marriage, you're like, okay, I've got to treat this person like they're my own kid. And to ever think that you would violate that and have sexual relations with somebody you would call your daughter on any form.
How old was the daughter?
I don't know if
in her
it even
20s.
said the age. Yeah, maybe. She was early mid-20s. I think he was like late 40s was the stepdad.
That's scary and horrifying.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a complete violation. So... it's tough. And again, here we are dealing with people that act a fool when they have them cocktails. So, yeah, they're just some people, honestly, that probably shouldn't be having the cocktails.
Well,
it does come with a lot of negativity.
If it turns you into something you're not,
right.
or if it turns you into something people are like, what the fuck? Who are you? Yeah.
Awesome. That's what.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah. Now, for instance, like Charlie Puth, he made a statement. He doesn't drink alcohol anymore because he said it clouds his judgment.
Puthy.
Yeah. A good call. You're right. You're right. May want to get away from it. Chuck in Albuquerque was talking a bit yesterday. There was a story, and I always now kind of look for some of the agendas on it. Who's paying for the study and everything like that. And so I kind of try to look a little bit more into the study. There were a bunch of names. They look like they were Swedish or something like that kind of names because they had the little double dots over the U's and things like that who did this study. There's about 8 people that was on it. But they were saying that there was no connection to cannabis and chronic pain relief. Is what they're saying. I was saying there were other benefits on it, did help appetites and things like that. But they were saying that when they gave placebos to people and all that they found there was no conclusive proof that marijuana was an effective pain reliever. And Chuck in Albuquerque can say, I can only speak to my own experience, but as a medical cannabis user, I find great relief from my chronic pain by using cannabis.
There you go.
Not so much takes my pain away as it does distract me from my pain. I'm still hurting, but now it's not torture because I'm able to relax and enjoy drawing and writing and watching great movies. And, I'm all for it because I'm all about adults being able to make their own decisions. And so for that, I love it. But there's so much more now goes into these decisions. And if you look at the politics behind it, this is how it does start. I mean, Jay Bird is right. There's usually a lot of agendas around these studies that happen. And as I'm looking into what's happening right now with the marijuana fight that's happening in Florida, and it's big. I don't really report on it, but you can see the powers that be that are running the state of Florida. They're doing everything they can. They're moving the goalposts like crazy, trying to keep this recreational marijuana measure off the ballot, which to me, that's massively fucked up because let the people decide on it. It's like they don't want to give the people a choice.
Right.
And that's what pisses me off about government. Be like, no, you get it on. So they'd be like, well, it's not worded. It's confusing. And we can't.
No, it's not.
And then
we understand the question at hand, sir.
So that's what it all is. And so, then they throw in the politics and you get the Florida State Supreme Court involved.
It's
and
about money.
They spin it all and they're like, how do we at least delay it so it doesn't make the ballot? And it doesn't look like it's going to hit the ballot.
They started making weed way too strong. You're like, wait, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do have my own thoughts on that. Okay, maybe we do need to,
Let's scale it back.
People got freaked out. We're like, wait, this is because there's there's people that smoked back in the 70s who stopped, who picked it back up, and when they got older, and they'll smoke the new weed, and they're going, what the fuck did you lace this with?
Yeah. I think there are a lot of things where they could probably change the parameters on a lot of them. But yeah, I didn't want to be the alarmist, but I see what's coming down the pike now. I start to recognize this. I've been doing this job long enough, and I've been trying to understand the politics behind these decisions. And you see it. It comes out with one study that has no effect on chronic pain, and then they go and attack the medical marijuana.
Well, I have chronic pain, and I can tell you it helps me. So
there you go. You know him personally, and he's telling you.
Now, somebody would say, Bird, you're just a weed guy. That you're just sticking up for weed.
He's also a pain guy.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that you can feel it doesn't cure it.
And they'll make decisions based on these studies that come out. And you hear right now all the fighting that happens with whether it be food, whether it be this, whether it be that. They always cite studies. And that's it. They're not going to cite Jay Bird in West Palm Beach says it works great for him, 2 thumbs up.
No, but
they're not going to ask him.
No, they're just going to fuck up a bunch of mice.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to keep it off the ballot. I mean, it's really kind of gross.
We'll see. I know that they're doing everything they can to squash the recreational. I don't think Florida's ever going to get it, at least not while we have the people in power. That's not going to happen. But I could then see them saying, all right, now we're mad with power. We don't like this medical marijuana either. I got a study to back it up. It's not that effective.
Wow.
You take away my medical marijuana, and I really am going out to the woods to grow marijuana.
That's the kind of thing the people should. I just want, if you're into the medical marijuana, just be aware. Just keep an eye on it. Because, look, what happens, they make politics so toxic that we don't pay attention. And then you try to go to the dispensary and the doors are closed. You're like, where the hell's and then you're like,
oh, you missed it. They got rid of medical marijuana while you weren't looking.
You're like, oh, I do care about this one. So it does kind of suck because they make politics so god awful, but then they jack with things that are important to you in your life.
They'll demonize the weed. And there's, like you said, I think it was you, Virginia, we'll still get comments from people who are against the weed or the swearing. I think you said it about swearing. With Rock. But I'll still get comments when we talk about weed.
And I'm fine. I get it. Look, people don't like, I totally understand, and that's good. But
it's a free country, free choice.
Yeah, you don't do it, but don't take it away from somebody that wants to.
Exactly, especially people that need it for pain. And you have a man sitting to my left who is an expert in pain. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've heard about his hip.
I would say I'm approaching expert level.
Yeah. You've had a lot of issues physically, and if he says it helps, I believe him.
Again, I didn't say it cured me. I said it helped me.
Right.
There's a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
we're all just looking for a little help out here.
Just a little bit of relief.
And look, it does help me with sleep. I sleep a lot better. It's changed my life for the positive. I wouldn't want to have to go try to find something else because I've tried a lot of other things. So just don't jack with it. Just honestly, to me, I don't ask for much in life. I really don't. I'm a pretty simple dude.
If you hate weed, don't take it.
It'll never make sense to me because I think alcohol is so much more worse than weed. Right. And yet the worst things I've ever done in my life has been because of alcohol, not because of weed.
Yeah. It's been 100 years since we took alcohol away, and I think they learned their lesson. They'll never take that away. And it is awful. But again, I like people being able to make their own choices.
Amen.
Yeah.
America.
Some
more hair right there.
That's right. They're making that weed so strong now it makes you flash your titties.
Yeah, they might actually get me into politics, man. Freaking take this weed away. I'm like, oh, okay, now I gotta go.
Kevin's got to run.
Now I'm getting into the damn game, y'all.
There's a new strand called Titty Flasher.
That's his campaign is called Titty Flasher.
That would work with
Yeah, I'd vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently with our stats, 3 out of 4 would vote.
And Joshua with a little thought, because Jaybird, you're talking about how you woke up to an insane YouTube video, because when you go to sleep, then it'll keep rolling and find something else. It actually happened to me the other day, because I had it on when I went to sleep. I fell asleep during a video, and then it switched to the KVJ show, and it got louder. I don't know why. The volume on our show was louder, and the queen, like, punched me. She's like, seriously? You got to fucking watch yourself at night, too?
You egomaniac.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, huh? And I'm like, yeah, sure, we're on. And the fucking chaos of our show. And I'm like, you're right. I can't sleep to it either. But I didn't do it. She thought I said it. Like, I'm sitting there at night watching our show. I'm like,
watching game film.
It was like on a Friday night. I go home and I just got done working.
I can't get enough.
Yeah, I go home and just watch hours of the KVJ show.
She's like, what are you doing? Hold on, babe. Watch this line.
Watch this part. It's great.
Look how funny I am. Here, play.
Listen to what I said.
It's great.
It sucks because you're so innocent but look so guilty.
Right, and I'm so startled. I'm so confused. I'm like, huh?
And you would never do that.
I didn't know what you were saying.
No, if you are fucking watching the KVJ show while you're sleeping, we do have to sit down with
Would she held me responsible because I woke her up technically because it was my damn voice?
Yeah.
She's like, would you shut the fuck up? I'm like, I'm not talking. She's like, you're on the damn TV. I'm like, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I just want to go back to bed. I'm super high on this weed right now, and I just want to sleep. So confused.
Let me sleep before government takes it away.
Please.
Yeah, you're going to get your weed taken away, and you ain't going to see no titties.
I don't realize how high I am because I'm always asleep, but oh my gosh, I'm so high. So Joshua said, yeah, I don't know what you're using to play these videos, but you can simply download it and just put it on repeat in a video app. YouTube will stop videos if there is no activity sometimes and load up the next video if you have autoplay on. And YouTube is always changing how this behavior works, so you never know what it will do. So
tricky.
Yeah. So who knows?
Imagine that. They're manipulating the algorithm to benefit them financially.
Sounds like a lot. Honestly, that is the truth, man. It's just as soon as you figure something out, then they change it all back again or to something else.
That's why you got to own your shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. It's crazy. There are some really cool things, though. I had one of our KVJ Nationers, good friend Jeff. He went down to the national championship game. Now, he's a Florida Gator, but he just, he likes football, and he wanted to get in. I'd probably do this, too. But he found a website, I guess. It's eventspy.com. It's pretty smart. He was out there, and it takes all the secondary market ticket sites. It's kind of like, I think they do this for airfare. They do it for hotels.
Expedia.
And you can find the exact cheapest ticket price, because he was saying if it drops below a certain point, he said if it gets below 2,000, so the game started, right?
Right.
And so a lot of times people are like, I gotta get rid of the tickets, just,
drop them.
Right. I was like, that's an interesting strategy. So he'll just go and hang out at the stadium, and if he sees it get below his price point, he'll be like, I'm going to take it. And he jumps in on it and gets into the stadium. Oh. He said it did not, but eventspy.com, I'm like, that's kind of a cool little concept.
The tickets stayed high.
They did. Yeah, they stayed high even after you said it was going into the second quarter, and they still were not budging.
Wow.
So, and I didn't see really a lot of empty seats. So I think they pretty much, people bought them. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool little things like that, that can help you out.
Eventspy.com? Is that what it was?
Eventspy.com. So that's a smart little thing. I might have to look at that. It's an interesting strategy. If you ever have a game where, like you're a Gator fan, you'd love to go to the national championship, even though your team's not into it, just say you did, but you're not going to pay insane prices for it.
And the reverse works too, because I've gone on there last minute, had an extra ticket and sold it.
Okay, yeah.
Right as the game was starting. And yeah, I dropped the price because I wanted to liquidate the ticket. I didn't want to have to hold on to it. Mm-hmm. So I dropped the price and boom, it got sold immediately.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people were talking about that Matt Damon clip that we played where he was talking about the differences in making a Netflix movie versus making something for the theater that's a box office, and how if you were doing something that was going to be played in a theater, that typically what they used to do is you would know that you'd have 3 action scenes and you would build up with the third one being the biggest and the best. But now you reverse that. And so you got to hook them in the first 5 minutes. But then the dialogue has to always reset the premise because people are on their phone and they're distracted when they're at home and not in the theater doing other things. So it's almost 2 different styles to movie making.
New formula.
Yeah. And it was kind of interesting because a lot of radio people were sharing that clip, because that's what we have to do.
Right.
You know, so we have the same strategy. We try to come out, hook you early. We try to always reset things if you just punched in. So I was like, I get your way of making it. I could go be a filmmaker for Netflix.
Look at you.
But they did ask Chris Pratt, because he is in this new movie called Mercy, where he's playing a detective put on trial for the murder of his wife by an AI system. And he has 90 minutes to prove his innocence to avoid being executed.
90 minutes?
Damn. Hey, Moo, could you imagine if we got to, well, they would be like, we trust AI so much that if it finds proof that you murdered somebody, why? Wait, I've always wanted that too. When we have somebody on death row and they're on death row for 40 years, I'm like, why did we wait 40 years?
It's odd because I think it depends on the state and sometimes even the county. But yeah, there'll be some people that will be on death row for as long as you're saying. And then there's other that they speed it through quicker.
Yeah.
They're dead in 6 years.
Don't murder in Florida or Texas.
Texas will speed you through.
If you're going to murder, do it in Oregon. Because they'd be like, oh, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't put them down.
Hey, maybe we should. California.
We love murderers, okay? They have a heart, too.
Right.
It's not their fault.
Even though they ate their victims, they have a heart.
Yes.
Whoa.
If I were a serial killer, I know where I'm going.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
Oh, Oregon or California.
Yeah.
He's murdered 800 people. Yeah, but I don't know.
His mom was mean to him.
Although I think doesn't California have the death penalty?
I think they do.
They
but
don't use it a
it's how
lot.
fast they do
I don't think they use it
Yeah.
a lot. I think there's that Humboldt County that's out there in California where it goes,
it's
if you're a
unhinged.
murderer, right over here. It's great. It's amazing.
That's the thing that a lot of people don't realize with California, if you don't know. I mean, well, it's a big-ass state, but it's so diverse that, you know, what you get in San Diego and L.A. is not what you get in Northern California up there. That's where I was up there, took my dog out there one time, and I'm like, we had gone someplace 45 minutes from the nearest gas station. That's how far we were. And it was a gas station. It was 45 minutes from the nearest road.
Wow.
So I'm like, you can really get out there. There are parts of California where you're like, wow, man, it's just untouched by man. So Chris Pratt, they're asking him about AI, and they said, do you think you'll be replaced by AI? Because they had that actress, Tilly Norwood, remember that? Where you can now hire her, and she's an AI actress and all that stuff.
She's perfect. She's beautiful.
Right.
But she's not real.
So they asked him about the buzz, because apparently, you know, I think a lot of people in Hollywood, they're talking about AI. That was what Ben Affleck was talking about will people be replaced by AI? And he thinks the only thing might be graphics people, because you can do it quicker and faster and cheaper with AI, but that might be it. Everything else, he thinks the actors, the writers, all that's going to be fine. But here's what Chris Pratt had to say.
I don't feel like someone's going to replace me that's AI, you know. I heard this Tilly Norwood thing. I think that's all I've never seen her in a movie. I don't know who this is. So, you know, like it's all fake until it's something. I think it's an amazing tool, and in the right hands could really help people to tell stories. It's inevitably going to disrupt the industry. We're in the midst of an intellectual revolution. We are not the first or last industry to be disrupted by AI.
Yeah. So I think they're just going to be able to do more stuff and faster.
The one thing that is certain, humans love to freak out. We freak out about everything.
We do.
And there's a reason to freak out. I get it. I understand it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, there are a lot of professions out there, and you do need to understand if you're going into a career field or if you're in a career field, what is the likelihood that your job and what you do can be replaced by AI? And you just got to figure out what is it I can do that AI can, and make sure that you're putting that forward so they understand that you are irreplaceable.
I just wonder how much of a freak out it should be. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it varies upon what your category is, what you're in. What profession are you in? What do you do? Some should, some should not. Like, again, they would tell you that if you do graphics in Hollywood, maybe diversify.
Be nervous.
Yeah.
Or learn that system as well, because there's still creativity that goes involved with it. If you want to do cool AI stuff, you could have your idea and then do that with AI, and it's still coming from you.
Yeah. Yeah, there are different fields you just got to look at. They say one to look at right now is real estate. And how many people do you know in South Florida that have gone into the real estate game?
A lot.
Everybody that's been fired from radio.
Yep. They say home buyers in Florida are increasingly purchasing homes using AI platforms to search listings, generate offers, and draft contracts, saving thousands in commissions.
Wow.
They say buyers who self-represent avoid the typical 2 to 3% buyer's agent commission. One Tampa buyer saved $10,000 on a $420,000 home, and another in Vero Beach saved $8,000 on a $313,000 purchase just by using AI. I mean, if you can save $8,000,
it's a lot of money.
I tell you, there's a lot of people who don't know how to do shit anymore, and people who do know how to do shit, like, build and put up cabinets and all that stuff, they're charging more because no one knows how to fucking do it anymore.
Yeah, that's why, honestly, you corner the market. If you get into those kind of fields, you're right, craftsmen.
Yes.
That is the kind of stuff. Now, where 3D printers and all that stuff winds up, I don't know, but still, I mean, I think they are saying that. Electricians, plumbers, craftsmen, people like that, where it's like, we're going to still need that. Even if you're using AI as a tool to 3D print a house, you're still going to have humans that are slapping all that together.
Well, even, like you're saying, electric, or what if you want something custom made where you could do it with a 3D printer, but it would probably be easier and quicker if you just told a human what you wanted, how to do it, and they could do it for you like that.
I think the builders, what they're using is they use the 3D printer to make it cheaper and faster. And that's it. But yeah, you still want a good qualified human to do it. And I think you're just going to have to be better than the normal. A lot of fields, radio used to have this. We'd have a lot of people that just were slackers, weren't that good, and didn't really try very hard, and they were the first to be replaced. And I think every field is probably going to see that. The lower end, the fat's going to get cut off, and you'll probably see each industry have more of the elite performers in that field.
My buddy's a plumber, and he said he's made the most money in his career in the last 3 to 4 years.
That's great.
He said nobody knows how to do shit.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
People used to...
Pun intended.
Yeah, well, they used to fix their own toilets if they could. They don't even know how to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now some real estate agents are pushing back on this. They're saying AI lacks critical local knowledge and negotiation insight. But, users are saying the appeal is the speed, the savings, and the control. And so now companies are popping up that's doing a bit of both, like Homa, H-O-M-A. They do AI-powered search, pricing analysis, tour scheduling, and contract generation. So they use AI to help you. They cut the price. They've got a free version for $2,000. So that one person that saved $8,000, you could say, all right, well, I'll save you $6,000, but I'm going to make sure that you get the most quality search possible. You may miss out. You save $8,000, but you may not wind up in the ideal house for you.
I feel like it started with Twilight Zone. They tried to warn us about what was coming in the future. I don't think we took it seriously. Then they did the show Black Mirror. Black Mirror so mirrors what's happening to society and how quick everything's going. When you first started watching Black Mirror, go, this is a really cool show about technology. Mm-hmm. And now the stuff that you see in that show is happening in real life.
It's crazy, right?
It's fucking crazy.
So for all the real estate people out there, this Homa, what they're looking for is high automation with human oversight. So it's not going to be full autonomy, which sounds like, I think that's what a lot of the businesses will be. Human oversight using AI as a tool. And they say the platform currently operates only in Florida. So they realize that our real estate market, so they're coming for those dollars.
We're booming.
But if you're a real estate agent, I'd say if you are not well-versed in AI, you better get there quick. But here are the kind of things that, if this is true, I saw this video, there are still a lot of glitches in the machine. Has anybody tried this thing? I don't know if it's legit or not. I don't know if it's TikTok or TrickTok. But apparently AI doesn't know how many R's are in strawberry.
I saw this. Is this real?
I don't know. I guess you could try it out and see.
How many R's are there in strawberry?
Strawberry has 2 R's in it.
Are you sure?
Absolutely sure. There's an R after the T and another one near the end, so 2 R's it is.
Okay, so I think that there are 3 R's.
I see what's going on. But if we count them together, there's 1 R after the T and 1 right before the Y. So that does add up to just 2 R's in strawberry.
Okay.
Maybe one of them is just feeling extra noticeable.
Yeah, so you're actually spelling it. It's getting transcribed with 2 R's before the Y.
Oh, I see the mix-up now. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, it's definitely just the 2 R's in the word itself, but no worries. Glad we got that cleared up.
Okay, no, it's 3 R's, right? It's 3 R's because it's 1 after the T, and then in the word berry, you know that word, berry? There's 2 R's in berry.
I get what you're saying now. You're counting the berry part as if it had 2 R's on its own.
No, I'm not counting it as if it had 2 R's. It has 2 R's.
I don't know if it's a comedy skit or that's legit. But those are the kind of things where you do, even on your own, if it's not strawberry, you'd be like, wait, this AI's fucking with me, right?
If AI can't spell strawberry, I think we're good.
AI's not always right. It's just not.
But on the most random things. That's the craziest thing. Like, okay, it can do all this other stuff, but it can't freaking spell strawberry right. That's why you got to keep an eye on it. Human oversight is what is needed. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for the emails. Do appreciate you guys staying part of it. Send them to us, mail@kvjshow.com. You have an amazing Wednesday. See you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.